Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
All right, here we go. Welcome to a very quickly put together episode of the Mermen podcast.
Yeah, why you dress like that?
I just came from an audition.
Yeah.
Not
that I'm dressed well, but that's not how you normally.
Yeah, not how I dress
like,
at 11 a.m. normally.
This is what I woke up and walked my dog in. But you look like you're dressed for, I don't know, some sort of Easter picnic.
I have certain shirts in my closet that I literally only own so I could wear them to auditions for like Blue Collar Man or things like that, you know?
Yeah. This looks like fucking church usher.
Guns
are good, man.
My guns?
Arms, yeah. It's been working out.
Because it's an old shirt. I am kind of in shape right now. I feel good. I'm down to 244, holding steady. I ate McDonald's last night, late night. But just because it was convenience. Yeah, and I had a few beers. I had a few IPAs. And then today's audition, the whole business structure of auditioning, especially for commercials, is so inefficient, bro. It's like they hit you up the day before. They go, oh, are you available in the middle of the day tomorrow? And you're like, yeah, because I can't have a day job. If you want to go to auditions, you have to just sit around and wait.
Oh, yeah.
They call you.
They know they got you on a string.
Yeah. Here's 4 pages we want you to memorize in 6 hours. Be there, be on time. By
the way, Tobey Maguire's already got the job. We just have to call you in here.
Exactly. No, and then you get a call back. You drive across town like I did today.
You get a call back. By the way, Tobey Maguire still already got the job.
Yeah.
We just have to do these for, good show face.
Well, that reminds me of when I auditioned for Captain America.
Yeah, well, you told us already.
Yeah.
The
Captain America's Most
This was a
Wanted.
couple episodes ago, yeah. Do you remember that? Did you tell that on this?
I think I did.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound familiar.
You told it on something. I don't know.
I talk about it on stage.
I just heard it. Oh, yeah. Oh, you told it. I guess at the show.
Oh,
at the brewery,
Common Space. Yeah. I've been telling the story on stage.
I was like, wow, I got to do a better job at editing. If I don't remember that.
I could tell the story.
Go for it.
When I started doing comedy full time, when I left my day job and would be able to go to auditions, I was living in Miami still, and I was like, all right, I need to figure out how to get into acting. So I asked a couple friends, and they said I think we did talk about this in the podcast. Lori Wyman.
You've talked about Lori Wyman and doing auditions for her. You talked about playing dead bodies, I think.
Oh, that's why. You're right.
Yeah. You've talked about Lori Wyman casting.
Yeah.
You've talked about playing dead bodies in the Glades and stuff like that.
That's what it was. We talked about the Glades. All right, we didn't talk about this.
You didn't talk about this audition.
So I did the class with Lori, and she said, Dave, I'm going to give you some gigs to help build your acting resume. She goes, I'm casting reenactments for America's Most Wanted. And I was like, cool. Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah. She's like, they're kind of, rough gigs. It's like only $100 and you're there all day, but it'll give you some lines on your resume. I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, there's no bad gig because I'm going to get discovered. I'm like,
by the way, there are bad gigs and they're all in Miami, Florida.
Yeah. I know that now.
It's a right to work state. There's not union, like all the non-union stuff down there. It's like, they call it right to work, whatever.
Yeah.
If you don't know.
That's why every USA and TNT show is filmed there.
And you see people on TV and you're like, you must be making a lot of money. Nah, that was shot in Miami. Because people are like, and how does
in a warehouse
$100 sound? You're like, okay.
Can we use your car in a hurricane?
Yeah.
So then she gave me these 3 America's Most Wanted reenactments. And I'm like, the director's going to discover me and I'm going to be in a Marvel movie. So the first one, I was a mover. And I just had to walk by in the background. There's like a drug deal going down in like a mansion down here. And I'm just in the background moving a couch with another dude. And I must have overacted it or something because I'm like staring at the camera and I'm like flexing into the camera as I go by. And then they were like, all right, cut. Could you do it again? And just hold the camera, don't hold the couch still. And it was like a movie couch. It was real light. And I was like, oh yeah, got it. So then I go by again, and I'm like just holding it up here, like trying to look strong.
Looking into the camera?
Yeah, probably. And
in your dumb brain, you're probably like, look, I know that he keeps saying cut, and I'm annoying, but he's going to remember me.
I know what he wants.
He's going to remember the name Dave Williamson.
So the second one, I played the murderer, and it went out to air. And John Vargas, who's a comedian in South Florida, calls me up and goes, Dave, I'm really high right now. And I was like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's probably high right now, too.
right now, yeah. He's like, I saw you on America's Most Wanted, and I know now that you are not a murderer. But I want you to know that for a good 30 minutes, I did not connect those dots. And they kept flashing the phone number, and I did not call and turn you in. I was like, thanks, John. I appreciate it, buddy. If I ever murder someone, I know who to call, right? So the third one, I played a witness. And now here's my last one I was booked for. So I'm like, I got to get discovered on this one, right? Like, time's running out. So it was a very high-profile case where there's this beautiful blonde lady from Michigan or somewhere, or Ohio or some shit, and she came down to South Beach for New Year's Eve with her boyfriend. The boyfriend got kicked out of club space, and she stayed and partied without him.
Yeah.
And she was last seen leaving the club at like 6 a.m.
Great neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that club doesn't even get hopping till like middle of the night. Like it goes into like 10 a.m.
I've gone to that club at 5 a.m.
Yeah, that's what
I've gone, like entered the club. At
all
5
the
a.m.
bartenders and people that work in nightclubs and other parts of the city go there after their night of work to start partying in the morning.
Yeah, sometimes it'll you can go there at 5 a.m. and then leave at 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Because it'll stay just open for like, I think 72 hours straight and then it closes. Yeah, it's fucking bananas. Yeah.
So I played a witness. I saw her leaving the club with an African-American man. That's the only information that anyone has, right? And certainly the only information I had is just a witness who happened to see them leaving the club, right?
Yeah.
And I overacted it so much that I looked super racist because I'm just walking by him and then I see him and I'm like,
You kidding me?
yeah. What is it? These two people don't belong together. Like, you know?
I went to school in Alabama.
So they didn't even do another. They're just like, print it, whatever, you know?
Yeah, we're tired of this fucking guy.
There's already crackheads out here like trying to like steal our equipment. Like, we just got to get out of
Did you
here.
guys shoot it outside
We
close
shot
space?
it outside close space.
Oh, yeah. That
At like 8 a.m.
Yeah. Like that's it's like there's club space. There's like one other club that used to be there, and then there's that
Goldfinger, like
it's not
gentleman's
Goldfinger
club.
anymore. It's called like 11.
It had a good lunch buffet.
It's
supposedly.
like it was a strip club, Goldfinger, but now it's called like 11. What's the name of it? Club 11 or 11 or
Oh, is that did that turn into an 11?
Now it's like a nightclub strip club.
Oh yeah,
But it's still right there. Yeah, and then it's just like it's like fucking
people used to go there for the
Walking Dead.
Yeah, people used to go there for the lunch buffet for his Goldfinger.
But it's sketchy. It's a sketchy neighborhood. Yeah.
So that episode went to air, and then I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh man, I look super racist. And I'm telling my wife, I'm like, people aren't gonna think I'm racist, right? Like they know it's just a character, and it was like a decision that was made like artistically or whatever. She's like, I don't know, one of your good friends thought you were a racist, or I mean, thought you were a murderer. Yeah. And I was like, ah, shit. So then I didn't get discovered from any of those.
Well,
and
you never know.
I see.
They might need a racist part.
Yeah, 15 years from now, someone might be like, we saw your work.
Yeah, we're doing a Time to Kill again, remaking it.
So I see Lori post on Facebook that she's casting for a major motion picture. They're looking for an all-American fit man, looking for an unknown actor specific. And I saw that, and I was like, with good acting chops or whatever. And I'm like, that's me. Like, like this is all coming together after 2 weeks of being an actor, right?
Of course, yeah. Between the couch scene.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Scene, yeah.
It's in the back. So I hit her up, and I'm like,
were you in good shape?
No, I was not. I was out of shape at that point.
Okay.
But I was still at a point in my, I've learned this term, deconditioned athlete. I was still fresh enough into that zone in my life where I was like, I mean, I can get back into shape like that. Like I get ripped.
Yeah, you know.
I still think that now.
Take
I'm
a
like,
few water pills.
Yeah.
You know, get down. Yeah.
I still feel that way now. I'm like, oh, if I booked a movie and they had a budget, I just work out every day, I'd be ripped. No.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to use the budget for you to work out.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to play the wimpy version of him too, and then get in shape and play the in shape.
Yeah, because when they're casting, they're like, yeah, he's a blob of shit now, but imagine if he works out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got young kids.
We want a project. Yeah. we don't want a ready-made.
So I asked her if I could audition for it, and she's like, well, I know it says unknown actor, but they want someone like, you know, that's a little less unknown than you, Dave. And I'm like, come on, give me a shot. That's all I need is a shot. And she's like, you know, it'll be good practice for you. I'm going to give you a time. I go, all right, cool. Thanks, Lori. And I get down there, and the waiting room is full of like just beautiful, handsome, in shape dudes.
Studs.
Yeah, blonde locks.
Guys that didn't need to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they made me sign an NDA, and then they gave me the sides, and I start reading through the sides, and I'm like, oh shit, this is to play Captain America in the movie Captain America. And I met my buddy Shane Hartline there, he's actually been in some stuff since then, and he's a comic too. And me and him always laugh about that's the day we met. We were both auditioning for Captain America. I told this story to the guys on the bus. And whenever I tell stories bragging about myself, it always backfires, and they end up, it's just fuel to make fun of me.
Of course.
Yeah. So they call me Captain America's Most Wanted now when we're on tour all the time.
There's no way that wait, did they shoot that in Miami? Captain
No,
America?
they were just doing auditions all over the world. Yeah.
I mean, somewhere they already knew it was.
Yeah, Chris Pine. Oh, no, it wasn't
Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans,
Chris
who
Evans
already was in a Marvel movie, already was a superhero.
Yeah, but it might have been down to like him, maybe one of the Hemsworth if he wasn't going to be Thor or something. You know whatever
who,
they were going to
Yeah, it was the dude from The Office, John Krakowski or whatever. He was a finalist for it. I remember because I followed the.
I guess if he got in shape, but he's famous, so yeah. Unknown actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's only done The Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, we mean unknown like on the movie screen is what we meant. Like he hasn't done movies.
Who would have thought that Chris Pratt would become an action star, huh? Like he was a blobby, funny guy.
Yep. Again, he was in a sitcom like that was popular.
But
so they let him get in shape. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he probably did the same thing you did, but he was Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
From Parks and Rec, and then they were like, "Yeah, I'll get in shape," and then he did, and like, "All right, we'll let you play fucking Star-Lord, whatever." Because I think there's probably other. I think you don't
think they're like, we need a stand-up comic who could get in shape.
I think Aaron Paul was like first for that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they wanted him, and I don't know. There's always those stories like this role was supposed to go to this guy, and everyone's like, I can't see it, and you're like, yeah, of course you can fucking see it because you've seen the movie, dumbass. Like,
15 years later, today I drove across town to audition to be in a commercial that's going to shoot in Uruguay. Mm-hmm. So suck on that, Chris Evans.
Wait, you're gonna shoot the commercial in Uruguay?
No, I don't know. I'd probably have. I mean, I just went to the audition today. If I book it.
Oh, today is the Uruguay one.
Today was an audition for the Uruguay.
For what product?
I don't even know.
Didn't you read it?
Yeah, but it's like for.
What were the lines?
No, it wasn't even lines.
Were they in Spanish?
It wasn't even lines. You just had to walk. You just had to walk out and give a look.
Yeah. Hola.
Yeah. Here's my move for commercial acting is you say something funny before they start shooting. Mm-hmm. So I always do that in the sides. So today the question they threw us were, are you comfortable with tools? And I said, yes, both the devices and people. And the guy laughed, and I was like, got him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought you were gonna go sexual there, but that's good. You don't want to do that. Yeah.
The one that I booked.
Talking about my dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll see myself out.
I did a Pandora bread? It's not Pandora. Pandora bread.
Panera? I didn't realize that you had so much trouble talking until we've done this podcast.
Yeah. Man.
Accessories was the other day. Yeah. I didn't realize that you.
It's early, bro. 11 a.m. is kind of not my.
I don't think it's early.
It's not when I shine.
You've just done an audition, so hopefully.
I operate better 3 IPAs deep around
Panera Bread.
Around dusk hours.
You did an audition for Panera Bread.
I booked the commercial, and the role was guy who peaked in high school. Mm. So of all the natural douchebags and just good actors in LA, I'm the one that they said this guy fits the bill.
Do you think you peaked in high school?
I think I pulled it off. I showed up in I wore jeans and a tank top, which is an immediate douche look, right? And then I wore one of the championship rings I have from being an assistant coach for water polo. I got the biggest, most gaudy one, and I wore it. And I put my earring and my shark tooth necklace on too from high school. Mm. And I walked in, and during the slate, they were like, slate your name, and I was like, Dave Williamson, ring a bell.
You didn't get the role?
No, I got it. I booked it. That's how I booked it.
Oh, that's the one you got.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, which one was that?
It never. They cut me out of the commercial, but the role, the scene was I was wearing like a tight jean jacket and like, looked all like, hey.
Cut you up.
Yeah. And I was like leaning on a Mazda Miata in the middle of a strawberry field. And this lady was walking through the strawberry field. and they had a big,
I remember this now, actually. I remember you telling me about
big
this.
crane with a, the camera on it. And so she's like the spokesperson, like, we've picked strawberries at the peak of freshness, not like peaked in high school peaked. And then the camera whips over to me and I'm like, hey, I'm having a kegger tonight if you want to come by. And then it comes back to me or back to her. And she's like, but peak, like super tastes good peaked, like, or whatever.
Do you have this commercial?
Nah, never.
Why?
Well, no, the commercial's out there, but they cut my part out of it. I have a picture of me. I have a picture of me.
Yeah, you got it. Let's see that. You got to bring that in. I just finished my new voiceover reel, the commercial and the animation. It's being the final like master of it's being done. So I'll have it at the end of this week. I'll bring it in for the next episode. You can listen to it.
Cool. Well, you're into the golf stuff. I did a commercial with Ian Poulter one time too.
That's right. You told me that.
Yeah. He hit a golf ball out of my belly button.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's a trip,
he's
dude.
fun, Ian Poulter.
Second quarter.
You know what? It just reminded me because you said Club Space where you shot that and stuff. It's like I don't know why it flashed in my head. Well, I know why but I used to go there like after hours and stuff. And then me and my buddy, I'm not gonna say his name because he might not want me to say it.
Matt DeSoto.
I don't even think you know him. But we were there one night and we left. We had like a vial full of ketamine. Do you know what that is?
Is that like a potion?
Like a potion? Do you know what ketamine is?
Yeah.
They do therapy with it now.
It's like I think I know what it is.
It's
a drug.
It's a drug. They use it. Veterinarians use it.
Yeah.
For,
it's like when you're on keto.
No.
Oh, different.
Ketosis? No, it's not. Veterinarians use it for like a cat tranquilizer. Sometimes they say horse tranquilizer, but I believe it's a cat tranquilizer. And if you dry it out into a powder form and you snort it, it's like a disassociative.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like an out of body experience almost like, but it's not kind of, it does. And it's fun. But we used to snort that. Okay. At clubs and stuff. Do that. Yeah. Sometimes we'd mix it with a little bit of meth. Snort it.
Is this the end of the story? Just you did drugs at this?
Don't do drugs, guys. But anyways, we had a vial of it, which is about that much, which is probably about like $200 worth, right?
I thought that was the end of the story. I was like, what a commercial for not doing drugs for Forrest just to go, I just had a flashback.
No. So we got into the cab, me and my buddy, and we were going back to South Beach where he lived, and because Space is just off South Beach, and we're going back there, and got into the cab. This pre-Uber, so guys were like, "We're fucking Uber," we're fucking old, yeah, we're old. And I guess I guess he took it out of his pocket, or I took it out, and we were gonna do some, but we didn't because we were pretty fucked up, and we just left it in the cab in the back seat, right? But it was like $200 worth. It's like whatever time, 6 a.m. You can't get any more. We were supposed to bring it back to all the other people. They were going to do some.
And then you accidentally murdered a blonde chick from Ohio.
Oh, that's what happened.
We dumped her body.
Yeah. Anyways, this is what our grand plan was. We're like, let's call the cab company up and see if someone has turned it in.
We left some medication.
So we start calling the cab company, but we don't want to say that it's drugs. Yeah. So we're like, okay. Because we knew which cab company it was, but we didn't know what the cab number was.
Yeah, science experiment.
Yeah. So it'd be in the back seat, and it's a small container. And it had something in it.
I have asthma.
And they're like, "What's in it?" And we're like, "Don't worry about it. It's just, but
don't do it.
It'd be a container. Just ask anybody if they saw a container in the back seat." We're like on hold with like this dispatcher for this cab company for like 20 minutes, and none of us are thinking this is like not a bad idea, like just like stupid. Like they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we found your drugs, and come pick them up at the station or whatever." And that reminds me of another story of a comedian whose name I can't say. It was the first time I ever hosted, like at a club, at like an actual club, a comedy club, the Miami Improv. And I was hosting, so I'm very nervous. And the feature act's on, and the headliner comes in, and he just goes to me, goes, "Hey, I'm about to go on stage," but these are his words, just, he goes, "A lesbian is going to bring me some cocaine."
Cool.
And when she brings the cocaine, I need you to get the cocaine from the lesbian. And if you can bring it in here and save it for me after the show, that'd be great. And I was like, okay. Do you have a name or whatever? He goes, no, she's a lesbian. He just kept saying that over and over. Like, that's the only information he gave to me.
Like she's gonna walk in with a shirt that just says lesbian across the front.
That's all he kept saying. I was like, all right, I guess that's all. He's like, that's all. I was like, all right, okay, great. And I'm already freaking out. Like, I'm just just the intros. You know, when you're first hosting, you're just trying to get everything right. Well, they can book me again, whatever. Now I got to do like a drug deal, which I'm comfortable doing the drug deal, but I'm just like, you know, I've done that my whole life. But anyways, thank goodness the lesbian showed up before this comedian had to go on stage, and then he gets his drugs and proceeds to do the drugs before he goes on stage. Now, at this point, I have done a lot of drugs in my life. I know how much cocaine a normal person's supposed to do. This comedian is doing 4 to 5 times the amount that a normal person
He's
would
not
do.
a big dude.
Not a big guy.
And he was already old at that point.
He's old, and he's doing a lot of cocaine.
Are we sure he's even still alive?
Do not say his name. Yeah, he's alive. I know he's alive.
All right.
Anyways, he does his act. He does his act, and it's crazy. You know what's funny? My mom came out to see that show with her friends. My mom came out to see that show with her
That
friends.
guy had a lot of energy.
Yeah.
He was a real ball.
No, listen to this.
Energy.
My mom came out with one of her friends, and her friend happens to work. I think she just retired. Happened to work for the what's the firearms? What's the government agency? The drug and it's
The FDA?
no, not FDA. It's like guns and drugs and what is that one called?
The Badass Squadron.
What is it called? Look that up.
Drugs and stuff.
What am I Googling? Drugs and guns.
Government
FDA?
organization, drugs, guns.
Oh, wait, I already said
just
that.
put that in there and Google.
FEMA.
No, it's like God. I can't.
IRA.
They raided the Waco house in Texas.
It's not ATF, is it?
ATF, yeah, alcohol, tobacco,
yeah,
firearms.
ATF, yeah.
There you go. I had it all.
I said that.
Alcohol, tobacco, firearms. She is a federal agent,
All right.
gun carrying federal agent for alcohol, tobacco, firearms. He goes up to her. She's always like, no matter where she steps out, she's very well put together, buxom lady, whatever. So he was attracted to her immediately, and he goes up to her and he goes, "Hey, he goes, my English is not so good. I can't read this." And he shows his phone to her, and it just has a message that says, "The $2 million has been placed into your offshore account." Like he's showing it to her, like, "Hey,
Smooth move.
is this attractive to you?" And he just watched her on stage. She's also a federal agent,
Yeah.
and they've done all these drugs.
She was like, ugh, don't talk to me. He's like, oh, you must be a lesbian.
Yeah. So, anyways, there's a bunch of other stories that week, and he comes back one night and he says that has no more money, wants to get some money from the club because
what happened to his account?
Because he went out to a club that night and he started dancing with these 2 women, and they asked him if he had health insurance. He said he didn't, and they said, "Let's go back to your apartment and we can sell you some health insurance."
Oh yes.
He woke up the next morning, he had no money. I don't know that story. So here's the end of the whole story. This is why this made me think of the story. So okay, the last day of the weekend, I go in there early, and one of the owners of the club is there with someone from a newspaper, and they're going to buy advertisement. So they're sitting at a table or a bar or something, and they're like they're going to buy advertisement. And this comedian comes in with a rando person, just some rando person with him, and just interrupts. Doesn't even like, "Hey, excuse me." He just goes, "Hello." Again, I'm not going to use any names. "Hello, owner of the club. I have lost a vial of cocaine in your club." This is in front of a lot of people. "I've lost a vial of cocaine in your club. Your staff can do the cocaine. I don't care about the cocaine. The vial is of sentimental value to me." Again, your staff can keep the cocaine. I would like the vial.
Who doesn't have a family heirloom vial?
He just keeps saying this over and over. And the owner of the club goes, "Can you please stop saying the word cocaine?" Just like, and he goes, again, I will reiterate, the cocaine is of no importance. And this person's just standing there.
Your first weekend of hosting is very different from my first weekend of hosting down there. I was at the New York Comedy Club. Do you remember that place?
Boca Nuts?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it. I might have hosted there before the Improv. I'm just saying the Improv to me was... And the New York Comedy Club in New York is a great club, and they're actually expanding. They have new owners and stuff. But the one in Boca
was the Launder Money.
Allegedly. I don't know. Man, it was... You know, the one in Boca, they actually probably let me host first because I'd probably done 4 sets. And he goes, "You've hosted before," and someone told me to lie. They're always lying. I go, yeah. And they let me host for Jimmy Schubert on like New Year's Eve. And
that's actually a good headliner.
I actually apologized to him maybe like 6 years ago. I saw him and I just go, "Hey, you're not gonna remember this, man." Like I saw him.
But it's been weighing heavy on me for decades.
I saw him at the Comedy Inn in Miami. Shout out to Mike down there.
Yeah, Mike Levine.
Maybe it was like 3 or 4 years ago. But he was there, and I go, "Hey, you're not gonna remember this, Jimmy, but I just started, and I hosted for you at the New York Comedy." He goes, "Oh shit, that's fucking," you know. And I go, and I was terrible, and I just apologized that I said that. It's like I shouldn't have been on your show. But
I'll tell you the saddest story about that is, so one of the first things I ever did for comedy in South Florida, because I started up in Charlotte doing sketch comedy, and I only did a little bit of stand up. And I get down to Miami, and I'm like, all right, I got to try to get into comedy down here. And I met you at like an open mic at the Miami Improv or whatever.
Best day of your life.
Yep. And then I signed up for a contest that was taking place up in West Palm. So I go up and I won like I don't think it was at the finals. I think it was the first round. So like I won the first round. I was going to get to go back and go to the finals. Right. So I get off stage. And I'm standing there, and my friends who came out to support me are like, "You did so good." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, you know, obviously I'm very talented at this." And the guy walks up who was managing the New York Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Who was a rival with West Palm Improv where it was at, right?
They eventually hired him.
Yeah.
And then fired him.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So that guy, like in 2 weeks or something, right?
Mm.
So that guy walks up to me, and he's like, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, "Sure." And he like slips me a card real sly. He's like, "I'm trying to keep a low profile because I'm not welcome here, but I run the comedy club down the street, and you've got talent. I know talent when I see it. I'll book you to host for a weekend." I'm like, "Thank you, sir. Appreciate that." And he walked away, and I'm like, I am on my way.
Yeah. Boca Nuts.
Hey, did
it was
one
called
show.
New York Comedy Club, but underneath the sign, you could
still see the Boca Nuts.
Boca Nuts. Crazy. We're crazy in here.
So I have a lot of stories from that first weekend, but I'll just share one, is that I didn't have a very big sample size of doing comedy, but I had never really bombed before. And I went up for the first show and bombed.
Yeah.
Like I'm up there doing jokes about like, "Hey, fake IDs, guys, and getting drunk." And I look out and it's just a cotton field of white hair.
Terrible.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, these people are not going to relate with my jokes." So then the second night I come back and I go, "Whole new act. I'm ready."
Oh, yeah. Smart.
Like, yeah.
Smart.
I'm like, I got this.
That's what you should do, new comics.
I'm going to do new relatable jokes about like hurricane season and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here was my big plan, Forrest. I brought a roll of duct tape with me and I put it in my back pocket. And I was like, I'm going to use it as a prop because there was a fake.
Sure, you're already a prop comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
At that point, yeah. So there was a fake windows on stage.
Carrot bottom.
So I go, carrot bottom. So I go, all right. Hey guys, remember when Hurricane Andrew was coming and they all told us that the way we were going to save our houses was by doing this? And then in my brain, I was going to turn around, super smooth, put the X's on the windows. Everyone's going to laugh because it's
like in the air?
No, like
actually that's right. They had windows on the stage.
Yeah, they had fake windows in the back.
I forgot, yeah.
And,
did you mention that already?
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention, sorry. I was looking at my phone.
So I go over and I put this, I'm like...
I can't believe you're going to put duct tape on their stage.
I did. I put it, and then I put it under my arm to like start it, and I was so nervous and trembling, and I'm getting jaw, and I dropped the roll of duct tape, and it slowly rolled across the stage and just fell off into the front row, and then I went back over to the mic and was just like, "Okay, so I'm gonna bring up your next comedian."
Just one piece of duct tape on the thing.
Yeah. Like that.
And you probably ruined the stage.
That didn't go away. I think I have video of it still somewhere of that set.
Oh, please find that. I have some old video. We should do that one day. We should bring in video of. I don't like to make this a comedy podcast. We don't do that, but if we brought in video of our
the bad shit.
I've got some like one of my first sets.
I've got more video of that back then than of good comedy.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Third quarter.
All right, so I was gonna bring in some Australian food today. A friend, pal, buddy. She watches the show, listens to it.
Hey, how are you?
Her name's Elisa. Sent me a bunch of food from Australia, like candy and some chips and like
Yeah, man, I'm so
golden
hungry.
syrup
That would have been awesome.
Tim
to
Tams.
eating that right now.
Yeah, but we have to do a shorter podcast today, so I didn't bring it. I'll bring it next time.
All right.
Anyways, fun facts. But so instead, we're not gonna do that.
No, let's do voicemails.
Voicemails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, first one. I think it's a new caller.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey, y'all, Thomas in Colorado. This question is for Dave. When you were here with Bird at Red Rocks, you did this bit about a men's prayer group, interrupting two guys praying at a table at a outside bar or something. And I was wondering if we're ever going to see that bit on an album or if it's somewhere that, my wife couldn't make it to that show, and I think she'd really get a kick out of Dave, specifically that bit, since we're church folk as well.
Hey,
But,
church folk.
What is this, a
Enjoy
religious
listening to the
podcast? now?
podcast. Keep up the good work. Thanks, y'all.
Spreading Christianity.
Yeah, what do you? This is like Christian rock, but you do Christian comedy now?
I'm just a comic who happens to be Christian. I'm not a Christian comic. Very different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a funny bit though. That really happened to me when the coffee shop was bringing back. I don't want to tell the whole bit, but I'll just tell you the
please
gist of
don't.
it. Yeah, the premise.
We don't tell religious jokes on this. We're a
Well,
non-denominational
it's also
podcast.
it might be a bit that goes. I do want to answer your question, sir. I do want to record an album.
Sir, jeez.
Yeah, gentleman caller from Colorado. I do want to do a album sometime this year, and I'm sure that bit will be on it. But it was when the coffee shop was bringing back tables and chairs after the pandemic and shit was getting.
Look for it in stores.
Yeah, soon.
Wherever you get bits.
Yeah, or on XM radio.
Yeah. Or if you buy some rub, you get a free CD.
But there was these two dudes that
Unless
like
you're
had
in
their
Australia, you'll never get his rub.
yeah. you pry that
Fucking thanks, Obama.
right out of my hands. But there were these two dudes who were.
No,
they're
not telling the bit.
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you the situation.
Yeah, they're
were-
at a prayer table. They're praying.
And I thought they were arm wrestling.
Yeah. So you jumped in.
I'm like, yo, you guys about to arm wrestle? They were like, I'm praying for him. I was
Yeah.
like,
they're
oh,
like,
sorry.
This kid just died. Great.
Yeah, sorry. I walked up. My wife was like, how's the coffee shop? I'm like, got a new bit. That was good. All right. Hey, thanks, new caller.
Yeah, we like that call. You know what,
Yeah.
though, caller? You asked the question. You weren't drunk.
Hey, revelation.
You weren't Richard or Tyler.
Hey,
Tyler.
shout out Richard and Tyler.
Yeah.
You're our favorite
We
callers.
like you, Richard
Yeah.
and Tyler, but, we like the diversity.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's do another one.
Got another one.
Another new one?
Hey, Mermaid, this is Maggie from Chicago. I'm the one that left a text message where I sounded super type A and then completely crazy. Anyways, I work for an airline in Chicago, which is why my girlfriend and I were thinking about the stupid amount of clothes we were wearing when it was held.
All right. Can we pause for a
But,
second? I don't know.
Did you hear any of that?
All I could hear is she works for an airline,
She
but
works for an
so-
airline.
clearly doesn't work for a cell
Yeah.
phone company. 'Cause-
I think they left one of the doors open on the airplane because there's a lot of whistling.
yeah, something's
A lot of air going by a crack there.
Yeah, that was like
She's on an airplane full of flute players.
Lizzo. Yeah, it's
I think
we
she was
appreciate the
saying-
call. We appreciate all the calls, but I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah.
I think she was saying she's the one that texted and accidentally sent that thing of like, I think what she was wearing or something. I forget.
Wait, what?
That she was the one
Remember
that
those
said
that-
she was wearing something.
Yeah. It was
Remember?
a text
It was a
that
text. Yeah, you don't remember?
No.
She
Did
sent
she
a
send a
text-
picture?
No, she's not. But first of all, you didn't accidentally send a text.
Whoops.
I typed this whole thing and then bleep.
it was to the wrong thread.
We appreciate everything. Text, the call, but oh man, she's
Could you make out
she's
any of
batting
that?
1,000 right now.
Was she saying
She works
that-
for the airlines and she's in Chicago.
and she'll come fly
She
and
sent
see
a
us somewhere?
text.
It's funny because all these voicemails comes with a transcript.
She supports us.
All
that
this one
one-
says is hamburgers in Chicago.
Hey,
Hamburgers in Chicago.
Hey, now you got our
we like
attention.
hamburgers. Yeah.
Illinois. Thanks for the show.
Well, we appreciate you.
Thank
Call back when you
yeah,
can.
Yeah, if you want to send the hamburger, send them to the Lisa address.
Yeah.
Make sure you put them in dry ice.
Man, I would love a hamburger right now. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, well, maybe there. Have you checked your mail? Please?
Australian candy would be so good right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep this train going.
If we want to try, keep listening to it.
Yeah. Keep
All right,
going.
go ahead.
Yeah. Let's hear the hamburgers part.
anyways, love the podcast. And
Hamburgers.
I really enjoy listening to my new promotion. In the
Promotion.
windowless basement, where I don't have to hide that I'm dishing around at work.
Something.
Anyways, thanks for the show.
Thanks for the show.
Thanks for the show.
Hey,
Promotion.
you're welcome for
Congratulations
the
on
show.
your promotion.
Yeah.
Celebrate with hamburgers.
In Chicago.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. She flies for Spirit for sure because she can't afford a good phone.
Man, there's some good
Or
bars in the
Frontier,
Chicago
yeah.
airport.
All right, we got this next one. It's technically a new caller for the Mermen podcast, but Forrest might recognize this person.
Oh.
Here we go.
Hey guys, this is Adam South. I'm actually a past guest from the IDCat podcast, and Forrest happens to remember that. I talked about mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I followed Forrest over to this podcast, and I absolutely love it.
All right.
Definitely much better than the unsolicited podcast.
All
Oh,
right.
that's what you keep
But I
saying.
am a little
Sorry.
disappointed in Forrest. So on the World Cup and chicken fucking episode, he mentioned fucking a chicken in the ass. And I would think that he would remember from the IDCat podcast, of course, that chickens don't have an ass; they have a cloaca.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cloacas were mentioned in the bird episode, the Australian reptile episode.
Shame,
Jack
Forrest.
has even mentioned it in the segment. Now I know about that baby. So
Yeah.
just want to call out Forrest on that.
Thank
Anyway,
you, sir.
great podcast. I'd never heard of Dave before, to be honest. And
Pretty famous.
I've become a huge fan of
Ooh.
him and his comedy. And
But
the podcast
the
is great.
religion.
I wish you guys did it twice a week.
Ah.
So take care, guys. Nice job.
Well, this
Thank
guy
you.
obviously didn't watch America's Most Wanted back in the day. He'd be more familiar with
I
my
want to
work.
say I know what a cloaca is. If you remember, I have a biology degree, but I just don't think it's as funny to fuck a chicken in the cloaca. Maybe it is.
It sounds like a song, right? Like, culo,
You gotta fuck a chicken in the cloaca.
cloaca, shake that cloaca your mama gave ya.
But I do appreciate the clarification. We appreciate you listening. And I remember the mosquito episode. That was a good episode because
Mosquitoes suck.
yeah, you know what's funny is like I remember on that episode, whenever we have an episode about some sort of animal or something, and Jim will always be like, and I bet this is the time where you're going to tell us how this animal is important and we need to preserve it. And he was like, nah, we should get rid of mosquitoes.
fuck
He was
mosquitoes.
like- even though he researched it, he was like, no, we should get rid of them all. They're like, yeah, that was an interesting. Anyways, I don't know about that. We'll actually be back on the air in about a week. I've been off for about a month.
Oh, really?
Jim's in Australia recording
that's right.
a game show with 1%.
Is he hosting it?
He's a host of the game show called 1% down there. They're doing a bunch of episodes. He's down there hosting it. If you're in the Melbourne area, he's doing some shows at the Comics Lounge.
Well, listen, if anybody else wants to call out Forrest for absolutely anything, please
I like
call.
this. It was
yeah.
3 new callers. We like that. It was great.
Hey, if we're being fair, they were good, but not nearly as entertaining as Drunk Tyler or Richard.
No. We're just encourage new callers.
Yeah.
Even though one of them was, I don't know, communicating with
Unlistenable.
aliens from instead of like alien contact. That's all I can tell. It's like I think we got a call from Mars, or Chicago. But thank you,
Fair enough.
whatever her name is from Chicago, and Adam. What is Adam's last name again? Bay.
Adam South.
Adam South. Yeah, Adam South. Why did I say Bay? Adam South. Yeah, our mosquito expert and prayer guy. How much time do we have left?
I mean, we could
Luis has to get a haircut.
we could do like 15 more minutes tops.
Well,
We got one more voicemail. If you
oh,
got-
we do.
we do? Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Fuck.
there's one more. It is a returning caller, but not Richard Tyler. So
All right.
What?
Is it the Naughty Mermaid?
no.
Okay.
I remember any other colors.
Hey, what's up? This is John, the blind guy in Sacramento, waiting
yeah.
for Forrest to come up here and Dave to come up here. And Luis, get into comedy, come up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get in the comedy, Luis.
Last time it cut out a whole bunch. I hope it's not this time.
That was good. Clear.
This guy
It is.
really was burned by
Fuck
that.
me. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Keep up the good work.
Oh, he was saying his call.
Yeah, the last call was a little broken up.
Yeah,
John, I literally had a call with my manager before we recorded this today, and Sacramento was one of the cities. That's
cool.
I'm going to get to, so we'll be up there. I know San Francisco. I think I'm going to be in there in April.
There's a new
Maybe.
club in San Francisco called like Alameda. Alameda Comedy Club or something like that. It's like over towards Oakland.
Because you don't know how to say words.
No, I don't.
It's probably called something like
Leka.
Yeah.
Pandora
Probably just a
Bread.
normal word.
You guys want to go hop over to Pandora Bread real
Yeah,
quick?
it's probably alphabet or something. That's what it's called. And you're like Alameda.
Alpharetta. Yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about because weren't you supposed to go to Sacramento and it got canceled and he was
Yes.
like all upset about it?
Yeah.
I thought he was like calling. I'm like, man, this guy really got his feelings hurt that you didn't go.
He did. That's
Yeah.
what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He had bought a ticket.
It sounded like he was still waiting out there since the show. He's like, yep,
I hope
still
not.
waiting for Forrest.
I hope not.
Yeah.
With all the storms we've had, that'd be bad. But it's really the weather's been bad. So, but yeah, I will be back in Sacramento. So I before the end of this year, I will be in Sacramento. If I don't have a gig, I'll just drive up there and hang out with you, John.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're on the subject,
I just made a promise that I don't even know if I can keep. I'll do the show. For sure.
I will hold you to it. I want to go.
Luis, get in the comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know
If I
why
do a
said that.
Sacramento show, Luis, you have to come up. No.
Do a tight two. Tight
We're going to
one?
sign you up for a contest.
Yeah.
You're going to be hosting the Boca Raton Comedy Club in no time.
But to be fair, he's blind. We can just say it's Luis, and you
Yeah.
can just go, "Hi, this is Luis."
It'll just be me doing
Except it's just-
offensive accent.
Yeah. You know, his hearing is sharpened though. He'll know it's not Luis.
I was at the coffee shop.
With the
There was
prayers.
these two people. They were praying.
That's your Luis impression.
Yeah, is that good?
It's very good.
Yeah.
I thought Luis was talking.
If-
I had to look over and see that it was you.
Yeah,
Forrest-
John right now is like, what the fuck? Hold on.
Are you boys ready to record? I will hit record.
That was awesome. 347 Mervert. Thanks for those calls. All right.
And then a couple of texts if you guys want to.
Oh yeah.
let's keep You don't got to get your haircut for your Vegas trip for another few minutes.
Luis is going to Vegas.
Yeah.
If you're in Vegas last weekend, go see Luis.
Go see Luis.
Yeah, there's we got a picture sent, I think specifically to Dave from the Naughty Mermaid. I don't know if this is gonna get him in trouble. But
Oh, man, show me. Let me be the judge of that.
sending it to the group chat.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It just says, "Thought you'd appreciate this, Dave. Love
take a
the
look.
Naughty Mermaid."
Why is Dave gonna appreciate it?
Because it's a barbecue meme.
Okay.
It's a grill, and it says, I am a dirty grill. Turn me on, get me hot, and put your meat inside me. I think that's sexual innuendo.
I don't think so. I think it's just about meat.
Yeah. It's a really nice
Yeah, I think it's just about
custom-made
It's just about
outdoor
like,
kitchen someone's got there.
Yeah, I think it's just about like brisket.
So, well, thank you, Naughty Mermaid. I appreciate you sending that to me.
Very naughty.
And we got a text from a new person, I think. I'm probably going to embarrass myself because I've never known how to read this city or pronounce this city.
Oh, I can't wait.
Miami.
Should I should I do it in my
New York.
Dave's impression?
Yeah. Do it.
Hey guys, James here from Saskatchewan, Canada.
Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
All right, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Oh, I was so hoping it was just going to be like New York.
Yeah, I did that joke already.
Oh, you did?
I did it like twice. I said Miami, then in New York. Yeah, it's like when you were saying Windows and duct tape and I didn't pay attention.
I'm so hungry.
I've been watching the podcast since episode 1.
James from
Love-
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love what you're doing. I just finished episode 18, and I just want to ask Forrest where he gets all those cool T-shirts from. I haven't seen a Smokey the Bear shirt in forever.
Old Davy.
No, I get a lot of them from Lucky Brand Jeans.
Hey.
Not all of them, but like this particular.
Not a sponsor.
This Pink Floyd. Let's hopefully we can make them one.
Yeah.
This Pink Floyd one. A lot of them are from Lucky Brand because they make a larger size graphic T-shirt, and I get a lot of graphic T-shirts because when on stage I just wear like a graphic T-shirt over like with a jacket or some shit like that. Fatty costume. Fatty boom batty. But yeah, the Smokey the Bear one I believe is a Lucky Brand as well. Yeah, so Lucky Brand jeans, check it out. I don't know if they got them in Canada. They probably do. If they don't, they'll ship them over the border. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't know what they do. But Lucky Brand jeans, check it out.
Hey.
Get them to sponsor us, Luis.
Right.
Write them up.
Should we give them a little taste of what they're missing? Lucky Brand jeans. We're not just about jeans anymore. Get yourself a shirt and consider yourself lucky.
And second half to that message, Dave, you mentioned you were going to be in Calgary in February or March. Was wondering if you were going to be in Saskatoon on March 2nd with Bert.
Oh, Saskatoon. I thought you said Saskatchewan.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, it's both.
I'm going to be at the Laugh Shop in Calgary, Alberta. March 29th to April 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And Bert is going to be in Calgary and then some other places in that region. the beginning of March, and I am not officially booked on that with Bert, but I'm hoping to get booked on that with Bert so then I can promote my dates there. So
and that's Saskatoon too?
To answer your question, I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I think it is Saskatoon.
50%.
What a fun word.
70% chance?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
65.
Over 50.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
Brand jeans.
Lucky brand jeans.
Cross promotion.
I really like doing shows in Canada. Canadian audiences are pretty awesome.
The Canadians, yeah, they're good.
They actually research who they're going out to see if it's not like a super famous person. And they're a good time.
Good time in Canada. Is that the end of the text?
Yep.
No.
Oh, we got another one?
No, I mean,
Oh,
it's the last
Saskatoon's
text,
still
but
going?
there's still more. Yeah.
Jeez, I keep trying to cut you off. I'm like, we're so popular.
Just on that Saskatoon things, he says, if so, I'll see you there. Hope you bring some rubs that I can buy. Lastly,
Good meme there somewhere.
Speaking of sexual innuendo with barbecue.
Spicy rub on my leg. You rubbed it on my leg. Rub it on my shank. I don't know. There's a meme there somewhere. Rub it on a shank. Rub it on.
Lastly, is there any
Rib.
booze in that cool glow behind Dave's chair? I'm sure I'm not the only person wondering. That's all for now. Keep up the good work, guys.
Is there booze in there? I don't know. Is
I
there?
didn't even know it opened.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Well.
It's not on camera, really, but sort of.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Who wants to take a shot of Jack on an empty stomach?
No, I can't. I have a thing I got to do.
Well, caller, you called it.
Fourth quarter.
Is that from the Jim Jeffries show?
Yeah,
They gave you guys
for sure.
No, that globe.
the globe. They
Yeah,
give
we
you
used to have-
booze globes. As
No,
party
we
gifts?
just ordered one and we had it next to the when we did the podcast. We had it right there. The odds were pretty good that was from the
Yeah, when the show got canceled, Kelly was like, just take it. I'm like, all right.
That's like one of the low key best parts about working on TV shows. It's like at the end when you can just rate everything. They're like, we're just gonna put this somewhere. I don't know. Remember when like At Midnight shut down?
Yeah. Oh, there's so many things in
At midnight,
this
and I
studio.
remember there was just like an announcement like, "Hey, at midnight, they're done taking everything," and it was like just across the lot from where we were, and so everyone just migrated over there. Like, "Hey, I got this fucking picture of I don't know." It
Wasn't that just a game show set?
Yeah, but it was on for years and years, and they did
And
like
from
sketches
offices.
and different things, and yeah, they'd have like lamps.
I remember
and things.
because it was the PAs that got first dibs. I mean, like, we were the ones that were told, you know?
I guess they
It's
didn't do
like,
sketches, but whatever.
yeah, so we were the ones told that there was just a room full of random shit that we could take. So me and the other two PAs, Brock and Brian, were grabbing lamps like, oh shit, this is really nice. Like, all right, let's grab everything we want.
Let's steal shit.
When it was,
It's
let's
Comedy
grab
Central
everything we
show.
want.
We're just bringing it to the other Comedy Central
Yeah,
show.
exactly. Like, let's grab whatever we want, and then maybe we'll tell everyone else. And then Jack, Jim's assistant, spilled the beans, told the whole writers' room, and then just the mob of the writers.
Yeah, just across the
came.
lot. Yeah.
And so the lamp I had, it's like there was a writer's like, oh, this is really nice. I'm gonna take it. I'm like, yeah, fucking great. What can I say?
Wait, you didn't take the lamp before the writers got there?
No, they kind of blindsided us. They
I
just
was really
showed up
excited
and-
about that lamp.
Fucking rich writers came in there, took it from what were you earning? $5 an hour.
Luis was like, all I want is this lamp.
Please, I am. They pay me.
My family was.
They pay me in quesadillas.
I lost my.
The electricity's been out for 10 years. This lamp.
The writers.
I
are
lost
making,
my
like,
grandma's vial.
$4,000 a week. Just fucking taking shit.
They're ruthless.
I don't know. I wasn't even a writer yet then, so you can't blame me. I was in the digital department.
Thank you, Forrest.
Still making more money than you. Calling you fat. Did I talk about that on this podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
That was one of my favorite things ever. Have I ever
You
told you
called?
that, Dave?
No, wait. You called him fat?
Oh my God. I would just every morning, every morning, right? Every morning?
Every morning, yep.
Every morning I'd walk in, you see everybody, I'd be like, hey, Luis, what's up? You getting fat? Me, looking like this, by the way. I'm like, you getting fat? You look fatter. Some version of that every morning.
Sometimes it was multiple times a day.
And I look like this.
You're just trying to beat him down.
Yeah. Well, trying.
Wear him down.
Successful.
I'm so self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like,
Because he was always trying to lose weight, you know? Idiot.
Well, I just found a bottle in the other room when I went to the bathroom that's called German creatine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. For the ladies.
I was telling Dave.
Not
before
American creatine. German creatine.
I was telling Dave before he got here, I applied for
Oh, wait, you hear this?
I applied for the Mexican version of Jersey Shore. And
Wait, what's it called? Tulum Shore?
Acapulco Shore.
Acapulco Shore. Okay.
So I sent in my application.
But is it like airs in America or
they have season,
or is it like all for Mexican television?
They have up to season 7 on Paramount Plus, and I loved it, and I thought that was it. But apparently,
wait, in Spanish or English?
Spanish.
Okay,
but it's great. I got obsessed. I met a girl in Mexico City who said she used to work on it. She was like, yeah, if I ever have like if there's ever a casting call, let you know. She messaged me yesterday. It was like, hey, here's the producer's contact. I don't think it's Acapulco Shore. It's a beach vacation thing. And I reached out. Like, yep, Acapulco Shore. Here you go.
We're going to lose our podcast producer.
Wow, you just applied now.
Yeah.
Yesterday. So if for whatever reason I get like the callback or whatever, I have to do a Zoom call and be in a bathing suit. So I'm like, all right, time to fucking start loading up.
Luis, you just tell him, look,
okay,
if you need me to get in shape, I can get in shape. Like, you just tell him.
We need content for the show, so you need to film yourself if you have to film yourself in the bathing suit.
It's going to be a Zoom call, but
the people want it. So make sure you film
in the
it from
application.
Like this angle.
In the application, it told me or asked me to describe my body in 3 words, and I put retired soccer player.
That's pretty good. Yeah, it's funny.
But not like Ronaldo.
No.
Did you see him in the World Cup? Holy shit. Jesus. He looked like it was like 5 Ronaldos pushed together. Like it was like clay. It was like so
we should
huge.
we should do an episode where we have you in your bathing suit with your shirt off and we just critique you like Lorenzo Lamas did on that show Hot or Not. Remember that?
Oh, yeah,
he was like a laser pointer and he would point at girls. He'd be like, yeah, you got some ham hocks down here.
Wait, when is the Zoom thing?
It's only if they like my application. So they didn't give me a date, but
they're gonna love
it. It films March to end.
Did you put us down as references?
No, they did ask for some to like verify that I like to party and sleep with girls. You know.
Yeah, you tell them no one parties harder. No one parties harder than the Mermen podcast. Woo! Let's go.
Put us down as references. We'll fucking tell you. One time I was in a cab with him outside of Club Space.
Yeah.
Lost a vial of K.
We lost vials.
Caught him up.
I murdered a man.
Yeah. Woo. All right.
Hey, Luis has to go get his haircut. That's the alarm.
No, it is?
Yeah. He's going to Vegas this weekend.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Party it up, dude. All right. Well, that's it, guys, for the Mermen podcast. Someone commented to me that they weren't a fan of the voicemails, but I think that was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, hey, look, everything can't be for everyone. Sorry.
Yeah. Comment again. Back to me.
If
that they weren't a fan, they weren't sure about it.
Don't
but
bitch.
Are you sure now?
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Then
Yeah.
you call in and you fix it. You make a good call. Show us what a good call is supposed to be about. Don't just sit around. I'm so sick of people just sitting around bitching about stuff. All right? Do something about it. Be part of the solution, not the problem. All right? Forrest, where are you going to be? I'm sorry. I'm a little hungry.
I'm going to be in, I don't know, Orlando shooting something for the Golf Channel.
Great play. Luis, I hope that your trip to Vegas is going to go great. You'll be back by the time this airs. As long as something doesn't go sideways. What if I get to play Luis in a reenactment of his murder?
Well, you got the
and then the guy
down.
said, and then the chick said, come back to my hotel room. I want to sell you some health insurance.
Allegedly.
Thank you to everyone that came out last week in Alabama. I had a blast. Can't wait till I actually go there and have these stories to tell you about me playing in the alumni water polo tournament. February 8th to 11th, Super Bowl weekend. I'm going to be with Bert in Tempe with Shane Gillis and Mark Norman. That's going to be a blast.
I'll be in Vegas that weekend with Jim Jeffries in the Mirage. Come
Boom,
out
there you go. I knew you had something to promote. The aforementioned Laugh Shop in Calgary in Canada. I'm going to be there March 29th to April 1st. People hate it when you say Calgary, Canada, and not Calgary, Alberta. They really want you to mention their was it a province?
It's like saying Los Angeles, United States.
I mean, yeah, it's not that. I wouldn't get mad if someone said that. I'd be like, oh yeah,
you wouldn't think that's weird if someone's like, I'll be in Los Angeles, United States.
Not if they were from another country.
Los Angeles, United States.
May 5th to 6th. Oh, Luis, you know Cinco de Mayo. Hey. Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis. August 10th to 12th, I'm going to be at Dr. Grins in Grand Rapids. And there'll be a lot of dates in between those. Those are the ones that I just put on my website. DaveWilliamson.com. And I got new rubs coming out soon. Order my rubs, DaveWilliamson.com.
That's back. Merch is back.
Yeah. As of this airing, I will have flown to Atlanta and picked up.
All right. Rubs are back.
Yeah.
Get them.
picked up some more all-purpose
And
rum.
I'll have the Lucky Brand contracts in.
Yep.
By next time. So buy it up. Bye.
For they are the mermaid.